I've got quite possibly the best formation out right now. Bundesliga TOTS is on its way, so you guys would want this formation, trust me. Now with the most reliable coins, use MMO EXP. It is a fast, quick process. Get the most reliable FIFA 23 FUT coins by using code META. You can save yourself 5%. Link is at the top of my description. MMO EXP, that is. Ladies and gentlemen, what it do, man? Shout out to Johan Biggie for being the first person to comment on my latest video. Thank you so much, my guy. If you want obviously to get featured, all you gotta do is do the usual, man. Be the first to comment and I will shout you out. Boys, today we do have a video regarding custom tactics, so obviously please do either like, subscribe. We do have currently a meta of 5-back. By the way, sorry for my voice right there. 5-back is very, very vital in this obviously meta right now. You know, the pro players are using them. I've watched some of the tournaments, etc., and a lot of people use 5-back, but there's actually a new formation on the block. Not new, but it's actually an improved one from my previous tactics. It is the 3-4-2-1, which I will show you. As you can see right here, these are some of my players. I run a 5-back, but in game I switch it to a 3-back right there, and obviously I got 17-3 last weekend, so I'd say it's quite good, man. I won't lie. Some of the players that I lost to was obviously good players right there, so fair play to them. By the way, you do get an R9 guaranteed right there if you do have EA Play, if I'm not mistaken. A lone R9. You know how insane that is for TOTS. Those cards gonna help me, and yes, I'm using him, I won't lie. Ladies and gentlemen, he's the 3-back 3-4-2-1. Now I do run this formation obviously straight off the bat. I love this formation. If I want to really go defensively, I'll go 5-back, but in my main ones I love the 3-4-2-1. We are looking at balanced defensive style. It's always nice to have balance, so we have that for build-up play and defensive style play, because that is just straight up balanced. You're gonna hear me say that a lot. You just try to obviously keep it as low level as possible. Try keep it as level as possible, sorry, because you obviously do the defensive and offensive work. You got the likes of 35 depth, which for this formation I think it's perfect, because obviously the more back your players are, the better in my personal opinion, especially because this formation acts as a 5-back. If you think about it, your left mids and right mids is literally like wing backs, if that makes sense, obviously if you do the right instructions, which I will show you, so stay tuned for that. 45 depth, I've just always loved it like this, so do bear in mind you need to have your width on them being very, very close together, because compact is very nice, man. Compactness, if that's a word, is very nice for this formation. But yeah, 45 depth as well. Now with depth you can kind of play around with it, but a lot of people essentially sit back. Let's just be completely honest, man, especially in the 5-back. With a 5-back, you can have that to 55 depth, because the 5-back is naturally that low, do you know what I mean, in depth. So 45 for me is, I think, more or less in that balanced play. It's very, very nice though, and it works out wonderfully for me. Just in game it feels very, very natural. It's nice, do you know what I mean? You don't have players out of position, etc. You got the likes of build-up play being balanced. Now I don't know, man. I don't like slow build up. I don't like fast build up. I don't like long ball, because long ball leaves gaps, especially it leaves a lot of players running up the field for no reason. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, you want some of your players, you know, being in the right situations at the right time. So for me, balanced play is the best right there. Direct passing, don't ask me why, it's just always is the best. Transformation, you can obviously play around with it, but there's no point. Do you know what I mean? Why be different transformation when the likes of the direct passing is the most OP? And it kind of goes to the fact that why you see so much people using Jorginho, Aloiron, the Mbappes, the Sergio Ramoses, the new cards as well that came out right there. By the way, Bundesliga cards is looking amazing. And obviously, if you want to coins, check these first, link in description. But yeah, I was just saying though, a bit of a sidetrack is, yeah, you need those players in your team, man. That's just how the game is right now. You need those meta players. And obviously, I provide it for you guys right there. So hit that subscription, man. You got the likes of 45 depth, which in my opinion, 45 to 50 is always a nice play. My OCD runs wild, so I will not have it on 47, 48 to 49. I'll have it on 45. It's just a thing right there. Completely up to you as well. As I said, width for offensive and defensive is more or less low. Not the lowest for the offensive, because you do want some players at least up the field. Do you know what I mean? Or wide. So I do definitely have them like that. You got players in the box. You can up this to 7. I like mine. Not too much. It just generally depends, but you want to obviously, especially if you're good at tactics or corner takes, you know, like the free kicks, the corners, etc. You want to have a lot of players in the box, man. So 7 I think is probably the best play right there, man. I will try out 7 though for now. Corners and free kicks, completely up to you. That is how I line up. Obviously, I don't have R9 as my actual player. Who I had there was, sometimes I play Mbappe there. Sometimes I play Isak, you know, the taller players. I think Harry Kane works perfectly here. But yeah, we've got obviously these CMs. You want to have one offensive and one defensive CM. Obviously, both at least having somewhat defensive capabilities, if that makes sense. You got the likes of, now as you can see, why I said it's like the 5-back is because essentially your wingers will become your left mid and right mids. Now you can see right now I've got Zanetti at right mid, which is okay, man. I do like Reece James there because it's the new TOTS cards. They've got better offensive stats, better passing, better obviously shooting as well is the main one, you know, if you want to do trivelas. And yeah, so just do bear in mind, sometimes, you know who's perfect here actually? Saka. If you have a more attack player, you can actually play Saka as your right mid because he will come back to defend. He has insane stats as a right mid, like really insane stats. Like I really like that Saka because of his defensive capabilities, even as a winger. Do you know what I mean? You got the likes of Junior Firpo, 5-star skills, always nice to transition. I do like his offensive work right there, and he's just a beast. So do bear in mind also the stamina, it comes plays a huge part for the right mid and left mids. They're probably the most important position in this team. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, we got the likes of the center backs having stay back while attacking. Don't really need to say much more about that. The goalkeeper balanced. You just don't really need to tweak anything there. Now, this is important for instructions. Do bear in mind, boys. One offensive, one defensive. So my more defensive player is Palinia right now, and he's a beast, by the way. If you did him, fair play to he is a solid card, man. I love this card. Very nice. He's kind of like Casemiro, your more defensive ball-winning CDM. Get him in your team, and he's also very nice at playmaking as well. So yeah, he's a solid beast. You got stay back while attacking for him and cover center because he is your ball winner. Do you know what I mean? You're more lanky, your Vieiras, the likes of your Essens. Now we're looking at Zidane Zizou, the beast. He being just an absolute offensive beast. You know who's good here is the likes of Guendouzi, Guendog. We got the likes of the new cards. Just anyone that's offensively good and defensive. So kind of like a box to box. So for me, it is Zidane, and for that reason, he's going to be kind of like your free roam CM that covers the center, to be fair. You don't really need to need him on stay back while attacking because you don't want too much players at the back. That is just, you don't want them to clash. So you want some players to at least have that transitional effect on the team right there. You got the likes of the left mid and right mid, have them on comeback, stay wide, get in behind, and stay on the edge of edge of box for cross, because basically essentially how these players play is when they're wide, they act as your wingers, they act as your fullbacks, so they're good at flanking. They can obviously score the trivelas if the opponent is parking the bus, and they obviously act as your direct passes right there, man. It's just a brilliant formation, especially if you want to counter the 5-back. These essentially cards will counter the 5-backs fullbacks, if that makes sense. So obviously they have 3 center backs in the 5-back, and then the fullbacks, these wingers will do that job for you. Do you know what I mean? So it's a very good formation to kind of counter the 5-back. So yeah, as you can see right there, getting behind is always nice. Stay wide. You don't want them clashing with your cams, basically wingers, which is these Gabriel Martinelli and Saka, or your strikers right there. So yeah, come back on defense as well, because that is probably the most important one, is the defensive support. Come back on defense because you want them to at least cover where there is a gap right there in the 3-back, if that makes sense. So that is for the wingers right there, as you can see. And then stay wide as well for transgression, because essentially having them on stay wide is where these type of players will run on the edge of the box and cut inside and obviously do that sweaty tactic of passing it in the box. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, essentially these are like your strikers / CFs. Do you know, like in the 4-3-2-1, these are all 3 of your CF / strikers. So for them, that reason, have them on stay central, because they're going to be your main attackers. So having 5 skills, 5-star weak foot is always essential. Stay central, getting behind, and stay forward is very essential for these cards. And the main one, stay central, getting behind, and stay forward. That is literally it, boys. That is the cookie. That is the way the cookie crumbles, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, I've been your boy MetaMike. Please do smash a like, subscribe. Tell me if you're going to do this or use this formation, because it is honestly such a good formation to counter, and not even the 5-back, just have an OP, very nice countering formation, and it's so good defensively. Do you know what I mean? And And also make sure a lot of people in your team have stamina. That's the main effect. Like sometimes I have to sub out Zidane for someone like which is not here right now, like Guendouzi. So for that reason, do also make sure that you have insane subs, someone that's very good, you know, good attackers, good even fullbacks, and obviously CMs. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, boys. Smash like, subscribe, we'll check you guys in the very next video. Good luck for champs, man. Peace.